Why does seeing the truth leave you more alone than ever? Why is intelligence not celebrated, but feared? And what if the very thing that makes you sharp also keeps you isolated? Schopenhauer's brutal truth is that deep intelligence often brings some loneliness, not connection. Intelligent people notice things others miss: hidden fears, fake smiles, silent tensions. While many enjoy small talk and social gatherings, these moments feel empty or even painful to those who see through the surface. They crave real meaning, but find only noise. This creates a wall between them and the world. They don't reject people. They just can't ignore what's hidden beneath polite smiles. The painful twist, intelligence, which seems like a gift, often feels like a curse. It separates you from others, making you feel misunderstood and alone. So, why do we admire wisdom but isolate the wise? Is there a way to turn this loneliness into strength? These questions aren't easy, but exploring them could change how we see intelligence and ourselves. Schopenhauer believed that the more a person understands human nature, the harder it is for them to connect with everyday society. Social life, for the intelligent, often feels like a stage filled with distractions, surface-level conversations, and polite dishonesty. Most people play along, but deep thinkers see through these games, and that makes participation difficult and even painful. Society as it stands rewards conformity over honesty, comfort over truth. Schopenhauer noticed that for most people, small talk and group rituals are a way to avoid boredom and uncomfortable questions. But for someone who seeks true meaning, these moments feel empty, just noise filling up the day. That's why intelligent people can look around the room and feel alone, even when surrounded by others. It's not just boredom. It's a sense that social life demands energy and attention without ever offering something real in return. The result is often silent exile. Deep thinkers are not rejected because they are wrong, but because their very presence exposes uncomfortable truths that others would rather ignore. Real intelligence makes people ask hard questions and challenge everything that's taken for granted. Most people prefer what's familiar, so intelligence that doesn't fit inside a tidy little box is pushed away. Schopenhauer's harsh insight: society doesn't fear intelligence. It fears what intelligence reveals. And this is the real reason why bright minds struggle to belong. Schopenhauer saw that the biggest challenge for intelligent people is the world outside their minds. Society is built on routines and make-believe smiles. People follow scripts, talk about the weather, and stick to safe topics. For most, these daily rituals are a comfort, something to fill the silence and avoid uncomfortable truths. But for the intelligent or deeply thoughtful, all this feels fake. They can't help but notice when someone is pretending to care or when a conversation goes nowhere. Instead of finding joy in ordinary gatherings, intelligent people feel like outsiders looking in. They want honesty, depth, and real meaning, but most of what they encounter are surface-level interactions that drain their energy. Schopenhauer explained that society subtly defends itself against anyone who might ask too many questions or see through the little games everyone plays. Deep thinkers unsettle others, even when they don't mean to. Their presence feels dangerous, not because they want to be, but because they unknowingly challenge the comfortable illusions everyone else depends on. This quiet rejection isn't obvious. It comes in the form of being left out, labeled as too serious, or simply ignored. People prefer others who play along. Schopenhauer's insight is as sharp as it is painful. Society is not afraid of intelligence itself. It's afraid of what intelligence reveals about the world and about us all. For intelligent people, the pain of alienation cuts deep. Schopenhauer pointed out that true intelligence almost always creates a sense of being on the outside, watching rather than truly participating in life. The world looks different when a person can see through comfortable illusions, catch contradictions others ignore, and feel the weight of dishonesty in a room. Instead of bonding, this awareness can lead to feeling misunderstood, isolated, or even quietly resented. Schopenhauer argued that this loneliness is not a sign of failure or weakness, but the price of clarity. For the highly intelligent, finding kindred spirits is rare. Casual talk and easy friendships rarely bring true fulfillment. Many try to stay silent or hide their depth just to avoid the sting of polite rejection, but this only deepens their sense of being out of place. Yet Schopenhauer also believed that solitude could be transformed into something powerful. He insisted that the truly wise should see alone time not as punishment, but as liberation. In solitude, deep thinkers can find clarity and create meaning, turning the pain of social rejection into strength. Solitude becomes not a wound, but a doorway to authenticity and insight, a space where the mind can grow in ways that noisy society will never understand. Schopenhauer believed that turning away from shallow social life is a path to real growth. When intelligent people step back from meaningless routines and fake connections, they finally have space to think deeply and discover their true interests. This is not just escape. It's a way to create a world of meaning that isn't controlled by the crowd. But there's a challenge. Many worry that too much solitude will make them bitter or disconnected. Schopenhauer argued the opposite. When the mind is free from constant noise and expectation, it can discover ideas, creativity, and peace that can never be found in empty social rituals. This is how loneliness becomes strength. The outsider begins to build a life that fits, not one that just pleases others. So the question isn't how to fit in, but how to use time alone to find clarity and meaning. For Schopenhauer, this journey is not a punishment, but the beginning of wisdom. It's not easy, but it's the only way to transform isolation into authentic power. Schopenhauer taught that in solitude, the intelligent mind finds freedom. Freedom from playing roles, from empty flattery, and from the constant effort to belong to the group. Away from the crowd, a person can finally reflect, develop their thoughts, and discover their own voice without pressure to fit in. Instead of seeking shallow approval, solitude becomes the space where intelligence turns pain into wisdom. But choosing this path doesn't mean giving up on humanity. Schopenhauer believed that it's possible to create a few real connections with people who value truth and depth over comfort. These rare bonds are worth more than 100 superficial friendships. In the end, those who embrace solitude are not escaping life. They're learning how to shape a life that honors what they truly see and feel. Schopenhauer's final insight is both comforting and tough. Not everyone will understand or accept those who see deeply, but that doesn't make this way of seeing a flaw. To him, the journey of the intelligent person is to accept this separateness, to turn the pain of isolation into a source of wisdom and strength. The real task isn't to hide or dull one's mind, but to build a life that honors it, even if it means standing apart from the crowd. This path, Schopenhauer said, is how originality, creativity, and true progress are born. When society avoids painful truths, those who face them can help the world move forward, not by shouting to be heard, but by quietly making sense of what others can't yet see. So, rather than fighting to fit in at any cost, the truly wise focus on finding a few true allies, embracing solitude for self-discovery, and trusting that their rare vision is needed, even if misunderstood today. Take a moment alone after this video, then share one insight you're carrying, and subscribe to keep exploring the hidden power of solitude.